Welcome back to State of Sonder. Today I have on Ben Kang. Ben is such a character. He's so fun and so full of life. When Ben walks into a room, you know, because his voice and his laugh are so recognizable, but he is such a joy to be around, and he is an incredible producer. He has worked on some really amazing jobs, and he has 2 projects of his own, Camp Flojo and Caravan. And I won't get into it too much in the intro because we talk about it in the episode and he can explain it so much better than I can. But I've had the privilege of going to 3 Flojos, and they are so much fun and it's so incredible. I'm always just so impressed and amazed how it all comes together. There was supposed to be a Flojo this past weekend that I was really excited about, but Mother Nature decided to bring atmospheric rain. And so it got canceled, and I was very devastated, and I'm sure a lot of people were. The team that puts this on just puts so much effort and time into planning, and it takes months to plan. But they decided to do a hard pivot and put on a warehouse event, and they did this in a matter of like 2 days. And when I went in Saturday morning just to like drop off something, and I saw it was like barren and the main area, and then I come back later that night and they had flipped the space. It was insane. Like there was light projections everywhere with graphics and like branded DJ booth and bar booth and like all of these little moments. There was an entire Zen den. I was so impressed, like jaw on the floor. But it was so much fun, and I haven't had that much fun in a while, and so I've been very sad the past 2 days that it's over. But this all started with like a vision that Ben had, and just to see how it's grown, it's been amazing, and I'm so happy for him. And Ben is just someone who's so passionate, and he leads his life and moves with so much intention and purpose, and he has such a big passion for music. He's an environmentalist. He really has this desire to show people the beauty of the world. And I think that all of those things are merging together with these projects of his. Ben also just has such a big heart. He is always trying to utilize what he has, the network he has, to bring people together, to help others grow in their craft. And I think that's such a rare thing these days, where people are just so siloed in their own path and they focus on themselves and their own lives that they can't really pay attention to everything else. But Ben is someone who really tries to bring people along, and he has this gift of bringing people together from like all walks of life. And I just think that it's so beautiful. I had so much fun filming this episode. Ben is such a great storyteller, and I think that you'll love it. So I hope you enjoy. Hello, Ben. Welcome to State of Sonder.
Hi, Nebs.
Hey.
Thanks for having me.
I feel a little frazzled.
honor.
I feel a little frazzled today because I've been running around. So I need a moment to breathe and collect
Take a moment.
myself.
Silence is fine. Even though we're on the podcast.
Okay, but how are you? I feel like that's a loaded question because I feel like lately you've been doing everything and anything. Mm-hmm. So how's life?
It's good. Busy is good. It was like very stagnant and stale for a bit, but I feel like things have picked up. How about you? Why are you frazzled?
I am traveling this week, and so I've been wanting to like get my bearings, but like this week not for some reason, because NFL season is happening. So I work in sports, and so it's really busy right now. And so then this week I had to work so many hours, so many long nights and days. And so I'm just trying to like use this weekend to get everything in order, but I haven't had time. So my mind is like chaos a little bit.
Like your personal stuff?
Yeah, but then I'm also recording today, and then I'm recording tomorrow. So I'm just like a little frazzled, but it's okay.
But busy is good.
Busy is good. Honestly, it's really good. Okay, so what has been going on in life, in work lately? Because I feel like you are a producer. That is what you do. But like, what is going on project-wise, or like, what are you working on right now?
Yeah, so I am working on a few things. I have 2 of my own projects going on right now. One being Caravan, which we can talk about in a bit. The other is Camp Flojo. a little renegade event I throw, but we started filming the DJ sets. And then PBS documentaries, which are under fire because of what's going on with the government.
Okay.
I don't know how political we get on this podcast.
I mean, you can say you're free to say whatever, but I actually didn't know that that was like another leg of what you were doing. How long have you been doing that?
We did 2 documentaries back last year, and then we got signed on to do 5 more. So that was a big deal. We were going to do 5 more PBS documentaries broadcast. And then I think like 3 of them were going to go to Amazon Prime. But with Trump's, with that whole situation, NPR and PBS are under fire. So they cut the budgets, and we thankfully still sold one. And it was one that I co-wrote with my director and executive producer, Shayla Milan.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's about the women of the civil rights movement. So, yeah.
Okay. Wait, okay. So let's go back a little bit, because you have worked on a ton of jobs. You've been a producer for a long time. Like, how did you even kind of get into this space?
Oh, man.
You have to be close to the mic.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I mean, you don't have to be that close because you're loud.
Sorry.
But like...
I'm not usually in front of the camera. Yeah, I was trying to save the viewers and everyone's ears. But yeah, we can go way back.
I want to know like your trajectory of like how you kind of got to where you are.
Okay. So I used to work in PR.
Okay.
And I worked in PR as an assistant at PMK BNC. Shout out to Grace for getting me that job. But I hated it. It was really catty. I feel like every day I came into work, I would just hear gossip. People were like, siloed into little groups and cliques. It felt like high school again. And I was miserable. I was taking Adderall every day.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, I was just compounding into this mess, this mental mess. And I thought it was what I wanted to do because there was just, there were like cool actors. Jack Black came in, Odell Beckham Jr., Matthew McConaughey. I was like, oh my God, I'm so cool. And then all of a sudden I got fired.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Along
and
with
the clientele there, it's like a big agency.
It's like
massive.
Number 1 or 2 PR agency. Yeah. So like it felt like my trajectory was going to be good. And then I realized while I was there that it was like this kind of icky industry. And so I got fired along with like, I would say 150 other people got laid off around that time. And I didn't know what to do. And I was very sad. I was like 24, very sad. I shed a couple tears. And then I called my Hyung. Hyung is older brother for the non-Koreans here.
Yes.
And then so I called my big bro, and I was like, "Hey."
Wait, like your actual?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes.
I met him at church.
Oh, yeah.
And so he was like, "Hey, just come meet me and David over at this bar." So I go there, and he's like, "How much money do you have?" I was like, "I have $5,000." He's like, "Okay, sell all your stuff and just leave and go travel. You've always wanted to travel, go do that." I was like, "Wow, I'm really scared." And he was like, "What else are you going to do right now? You're just going to cry about this?" And I was like, "You're right." So I booked a one-way flight to Japan. I found a farm that I could work on.
Oh my God. I actually forgot about this entire part of your life. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. And then I left and was terrified. But I know this question's about my career, so I'll skip the details of it.
No, but I want to know like that part because it's a really pivotal part in your life.
So yeah, I mean, I'm this distraught young man, 24, don't know what I'm doing with my life. I book a flight to Japan to some random farm on the southern coast of Japan, the big island, Honshu. So that's like Tokyo Island, but the very southern tip. So Shigo, like the middle of nowhere. Take a bullet train for 7 hours. No one speaks English. I don't have a SIM card. So I'm like, basically, I tell my hosts that I'm going to meet them at this train station at 6 p.m. And I didn't know what it was going to be. So I don't have a SIM card. I have no way of talking to them. I'm an hour late, right? On this train. I get onto the second train, and it's like this little tiny, like Spirited Away, like Totoro type train. Like it feels like it's gonna fall apart at any moment. And it starts pulling up, and it's pitch black now. It's storming. And there's just one singular light, like on this little platform in the middle of the Japanese countryside. And I get out, and the train drops me off. And it's like, it feels like no one, like there was no one in the train with me. You can't see the conductor, right? So you just get dropped off, and now I'm just there, like in the middle of nowhere. I hear like the cicadas and like all the sounds of nature, but I'm just standing on this platform in the middle of nowhere, and it's like pitch black pouring rain. It's crazy.
And your hosts were?
And no one's there. Okay, so I'm like, oh my God, this was a terrible idea. Oh my God. I was like, what am I going to do if this guy doesn't show up? Like, I don't even know where to go. There's no hotels anywhere. There's no civilization.
But why did you specifically go, like, you're going on this expedition for yourself, but like, instead of going to somewhere there's like city and people, like, why did you choose to go to like a farm?
So my intention with the trip initially was to leave for 3 months.
Okay.
And I knew that I was going to do at least 3 countries. And I knew that I would do Tokyo and Kyoto and like all the main cities. But I wanted to start off with the hardest part.
Okay.
In my mind, I was just like, I might as well just throw myself into the fire.
Yeah.
And see what happens. And then everything else after that will be so beautiful. Right. And so, yeah, back to like, I'm on this platform, wait there for like another 30 minutes, even though I'm late. And all of a sudden this like little Japanese truck starts like sputtering up, like.
I like, you're so good at describing these.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm like literally visualizing all of it.
It's like,
yeah.
And it like pulls up. I only see the headlights though. It's just flashing in my eyes, right? This man gets out. It's just a silhouette, like a shadow of a man. He's got this giant beard. And he comes out. I can't see his eyes, anything, no, nothing. And he's just like, you, Benjamin. I'm like, yeah. He's like, you, car. And he just like points at the car. And so I get in, and you know how I am, right? I'm like, now I'm like excited and like scared at the same time. And so I'm like, I want to yap.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And so I'm like in the car with him, and I'm like, so like, how's everything going with you and your wife? Like, doesn't say anything to me. He just doesn't even look. He just stares forward. And I keep yapping, asking him questions, stares forward. Doesn't even grunt. And like, now I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die on this farm. So we get to the farm, and he's like, you, first job. Because the deal is I have to work on this farm to stay there. Okay. And then I get the weekends for free. Like the weekends are free for me to like explore.
Okay.
Because I was young, so I wanted to like maximize my dollar. And so he tells me I have to walk his dog as my first job at like 9 p.m. Right. Okay. And so I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, naturally, I'm like, okay, I'm going to walk him down the road. And then he's like, no. And he points at the forest. And like, I don't know if you've ever seen a Japanese forest. It's not like American forests. It's like the trees are very like thin.
But like very tall, right?
Yeah. But they like create these really creepy, like not monochrome, but like patterned silhouettes.
Yeah.
Where it looks like they're like fake.
Yeah.
And then you see like the haze in between them. And like, it felt like I was in a horror movie, and I was terrified. And so I'm like walking this dog through this forest with this scary man behind me.
He goes with you?
He goes with me. So he's like with his hands behind his back, like an old man. You know what I mean? Just like monitoring me.
What's the point of you
I don't
walking?
know. I was like, wait, why didn't you just walk?
Okay.
And then I keep walking through the forest, and it clears, and I'm like, oh my God, thank God. But it clears out into a graveyard with like all those like,
what the fuck?
Have you seen
Closer?
Spirited Away? Oh, sorry. Have you seen Spirited Away?
Yes.
You know when she first pulls up to where that like magical world, and there's like the little statue with like the moss all over it? It's like a lot of those.
Dude, I'd freak out.
Yeah, I was freaking out.
Okay.
Long story short, though, I feel like I'm rambling about this. Like, he doesn't end up killing me, obviously. And we go back to the place. His wife shows up a week later with like a big salmon. I ended up like becoming best friends with this old man. And like every day we would drink together. And he would get me to go steal processed food from or not steal, but go buy him processed food from the market because his wife wouldn't let him eat it. So like we just had this bonding moment. I learned how to like, we made a shed together. Like he was old, so he couldn't really lift wood. So I helped him with that. And then he taught me how to like make things. We harvested rice, sweet potatoes. He taught me how to like organically like, they're not pesticides, but he would put fishing line over the rice fields. And naturally these giant spiders would show up over the rice fields and they would kill all the bugs.
Oh my gosh. This is like real farmland.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then I would like on the weekends, I would hitchhike, like go to the shrines, go to the mountains, like met local Japanese people. It was a very like local experience. And when I left, I went back to that same train station. And it's the sunniest day of all time, like the most beautiful day you could ask for. And this same man that I was like terrified of was like sobbing. Because like he also told me that he lost, like his son never comes home anymore. And I think he mentioned to me that I reminded him of his son. So he's like sobbing at the station. I just like bonded with his old man. His wife is there. And I kid you not, everyone thinks I make this up because I have a reputation to like embellish stories. But I kid you not, like as the train pulls up that's going to Tokyo, this huge gust of wind hits my back towards the tunnel, and like 1,000 white flowers started flying towards that tunnel. And he's like sobbing, and I'm about to cry.
Are you in a movie?
No, I swear it was like a movie. I swear I got into this little train, and I like looked at those little, you know, like slits where you can see through the glass.
Yeah.
The door closes and like they vanish, and I like dropped to my knees and I just started sobbing because I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever going to see them again.
Oh
you know
God.
what I mean? It felt like my second parents. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was the start of the journey. And then from there, I would just say, long story short, it progressively just got more debaucherous and darker.
And what?
I like started so beautifully and like organic, and then like met a girl out there, and she was like friends with celebrities in Indonesia, and those celebrities were like sugar babies, and the sugar babies were sugar babies for corrupt.
Oh my God.
Is it picking up?
Is it picking up? Okay. Wait, we need to go back to this sugar babies.
Oh yeah. So
you met this girl.
Yeah, I'll just skip to the end.
Okay.
So like the middle was just a lot of like, you know, Southeast Asia, like a lot of discovery and self-growth, and it's like hard, right? Like there's days where I was like sleeping on train station benches and like sleeping in the slums, and then there were other days where I was like with rich people staying in their mansions, eating like Wagyu, right? So like it was just like it was like ups and downs. But the thing is, I remember the downs way more because there was something like magical about them too. But it ended. I started dating this girl, and my trip was originally supposed to end in Nepal. Like I wanted to end it very spiritual. Kind of, it felt like the right closure, Nepal and India. But the girl I was dating was Indonesian, and there's a conflict of interest with the passports.
Okay.
Because Indonesia's a Muslim country.
I didn't know
India and Nepal are Hindu countries. So they have conflict there.
Okay.
So she couldn't go. And so I ended up staying with her in Jakarta. That's when everything went south. There was this group that we were hanging out with. So she's not a celebrity, but her friends were all like basically like the BTS of Indonesia.
Okay. Okay.
And then all the girls, there's another girl group that she hung out with. And those girls were all sugar babies.
Okay.
And so they used their celebrity status to get even more money. And then the main like madame pop star in her group was dating like the head of police in Indonesia, which like if you're the head of police in America, you're pretty ballin', but you're not like disgustingly loaded. Right. In Indonesia, he was like the second richest man in Jakarta. Like which is like the biggest city in Java, right? So like he is the man, and it's because he's extorting people, and he's like, he's a crooked cop essentially, but at the highest level.
Oh my God, the tea.
And so I'm staying in her mansion, like I guess you could call it a mansion in that city that was funded by this man, who's her sugar daddy, and these celebrities and these people were doing drugs in this mansion that was funded by the head of police in this like very strict Asian country, right? So like it got really dark and weird, and yeah, there was just a point where it got too out of hand. It felt almost like it was like turning into like Requiem for a Dream.
I never watched that, but I heard it's really dark.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of prostitution in that, which that didn't happen, but just like the amount of like, like it starts off beautiful because you're like doing drugs and you're like in this fantasy world, and then it just slowly starts to deteriorate and like reality sinks in. Right?
So then like what happened? Like you started to feel like, okay, this is kind of insane. And then
they brought out really hard drugs one day.
Okay.
And that's when I was like, I need to go home. And then, so I called my mom and I came back, and last image I have in Asia was my ex, who we didn't even like properly talk about the end because she wanted me to bring her back here.
Okay.
But I was like $15,000 in debt from like scuba diving and like being a crazy person, right?
Wait, how long in total were you gone? Because you were leaving for 3 months, but that didn't.
A year and a half.
A year and a half. Yeah, I remember.
It got out of control. But I was like working out there, here and there in Singapore, stuff like that. But yeah, I came back. Last image was her in the glass at the airport, like sobbing. I just had to leave, and like, oh my God, it was a mess. I came back. It felt like my life was like a house song or like a techno song, right? And then like all of a sudden, like someone just like cut the music, right? Like they just took it off, took the record off, and I'm like staring at my ceiling in my room at my parents' house, and I'm like, this was supposed to be like some soul searching journey, and now I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
so did you guys keep in touch?
Yeah, she's still. So she actually became. We bonded over scuba diving in every country we went to, right? In Southeast Asia. She actually became a scuba instructor, this girl. So she, even though she probably hates me, she does tell me, she texts me here and there saying like, thank you for like showing me this life. Aww. Which I didn't show her anything. We just like
did it together.
We just journeyed together.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And she's a way better scuba diver than I am, obviously. So
what makes you a good scuba diver?
I think like controlling your breath. Like I'm just an erratic person, so like I like probably like,
even in the water.
If I didn't have an instructor there, I'd probably die. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, so I came back. The one thing I knew though, I changed while I was there. The reason why I said all this was because I changed so much while I was there.
Yeah.
And I feel like, one, it made me realize that I wanted to be creative in some capacity. And two, that I wanted to do something around showing the world, but in particular showing my peers, Americans, what else is out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think my music taste was so narrow-minded. I still am a snob, but like it was so much worse when I was younger, and it was like all centered around what I listened to in America. And then on top of that, like my understanding of people, like you think as an American, you're like, I'm cultured because we're from LA, right? It's a melting pot.
Yeah.
And so like there was a period where I was like, oh, I know everything before I left. And I was like, I don't need to like go out and see like other perspectives, blah, blah. No, like it was life-changing.
I mean, I could only imagine like what you did is something that people won't do in their lifetime, And it's like, I think to be able to see the world in the way that you did and really like, not even just as like a traveler, but like you really embedded yourself in the culture and like lived like a life that like the normal people that live there would live. So I think it's like a different experience, and it's like scary. I don't think a lot of people can do that.
It sounds scary, and it still is, I would say, but like once you're out on the road, it just becomes like, it's the most beautiful life.
Yeah.
It's like this, like, I compare it to like a river delta, because you think you're going one way down the main path, and like you just meet a group of people one day at a restaurant sitting on tiny little Vietnamese stools, and then you like just bond with them and you travel with them for 2 months, and then it's like this sad goodbye. But then right after, you meet some dude from Italy and you become friends with him, and then you veer off and you're like, he's like, hey, you want to go to Borneo? And you're like, yeah, let's do it.
I literally don't even know where that is.
Like, you want to go to Thailand? You want to go to Koh Phi Phi in Thailand? And you're like, all right, let's go. You know, and it's like one person might take you in like this like very party direction. Another might take you in this like very holistic direction. You might take someone in the direction that you were following.
Yeah.
But it just becomes this like, and then you rendezvous again with people, and it's just so beautiful. Like, it's just, it feels like that's how life was meant to be lived, just in the present. And so, long-winded way of saying that leads me to now, and like to what I want to do, which is combine creativity with like showing the beauty of the world.
So then you, after this trip, then you kind of went into the producer route. Is that how like the transition kind of happened, where you like started to feel like, okay, I want to be creative, I also want to show the world, how can I do that? And like, is that why you went into the production route?
So I think it was a little bit of like, yes, I knew I wanted to be creative. I didn't necessarily understand how the producer role would like lead me to what I wanted to do at the moment. Didn't know how it was going to tie in together at the moment. But I PA'd for some people. Do you know Collaboration?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
Yeah, the Asian American Showcase. So I used to work for KCM agency, which is Collaboration Creative Marketing. And then I used to work for the event as well. And so when I worked there, they had a video side, and I used to PA for Jay on. Shout out to Jay. Awesome director. But I got my feet wet then. He used to do like Anderson .Paak's early music videos. Like a lot of like half Asian cats, like Toki Monsta, I think he did, and like some other people. But like I started then, and then when I came back, my cousin had his own production company. And so like the easiest way in was just me being like, hey cuz, can I come work for you?
Yeah.
And I looked up to him. He's a cool guy, like very eloquent, well-spoken man. Chris on. And he took me under his wing for a bit. And then I just started like branching off from there. I got a full-time job as a coordinator at a ad agency. And then that became, like 3 months later, they promoted me to associate producer. And then I just like was like, okay, like if I got promoted in 3 months, then maybe I'm like, okay at this, right? And so I just kept going from there. And then big jump was like me going freelance. And I started working freelance for a bit, took a short film job off the internet for $1,000, worked for 4 months on it. But that lady, so always follow your heart, honestly, and like your gut. Cause like, I just felt good about this lady, even though I didn't necessarily know why. And she wasn't paying me well, but she was like very nice. And she was like, at the end, she was like, I'm indebted to you, whatever you want, let me know. And I'm going to help you get it. And I was like, just get me a job interview with someone who works for like Nat Geo or BBC. Right. And so she's like, I know this guy, Sterling Milan. You should meet him. And so I called this guy like just like incessantly, like a gnat. And finally he picked up. He was like, man, you're so fucking annoying, man, but I'm going to hire you because you're annoying. And I was like, all right, cool. And he's the one that was the head of creative for Westbrook, which is Will Smith and Jada's company.
So that's how you got to there.
That's how I got it. Because he did Will's Welcome to Earth series, which is like the Nat Geo stuff that Will was doing.
Yeah.
So that's how I got tied in. But yeah, that's the long journey that kind of led me to why I did this. Yeah.
Okay, so now you're doing like the PBS documentaries, and then now you're kind of doing your own projects too, which I want to get into because these are very cool, and inspiring. And one of them is Caravan, and then the other one is Camp Flojo. Let's start with Camp Flojo because this started a couple years ago, and like kind of talk to me about just like how that happened, like where you decided you wanted to do this, and then just like where you see it going. Like, what is your vision for it?
Yeah, I feel like some people are like, oh, do you want Camp Flojo to be famous? And I'm like, no, not necessarily. I just want to like create a place, and this will lead to what it is just want to create a place that people can express themselves and like use as a sandbox for like pet projects they've been working on. Like, I actually don't want people necessarily to work at Camp Flojo. So like my friend Sterling, who Westbrook, and he called me. He's like, yo, I want to come. I was like, cool. What do you want to do? You want to film? And he was like, because he's a filmmaker, and he was like, no, I want to make breakfast sandwiches. I was like, all right, great. So he made breakfast sandwiches. He's like this tall black dude with a military background. He's just like ordering all the Asians around to cook breakfast sandwiches. It was great. But that makes me happy. So yeah, it's a little renegade event. And for those of you who don't know what that means, is it's like a little outdoor excursion in the middle of nowhere. That sounds very daunting. But it's like no bathrooms.
And then like it's not even like a location, like you're sending coordinates to get there.
Yeah, I send a packet with instructions with pictures and coordinates, and you have to download an offline map. So it sounds very daunting at first, but once you get there, you realize it's really not that hard, and it's very comfortable. And actually pooping into a hole is very liberating. I'll tell you, it's way cleaner than a public restroom. I'll tell you that.
Okay, but so I have gone to now 2 or 3. Actually, I don't know. But anyway, I think 3. And I never thought that I would be like able to survive. Like, I thought I would never be like a camp girl. But it's like actually so fun. And like, well, you can't shower. You have to use the bathroom outside. All of those things. Right. Yeah. I don't know if I could do like a week, but it's actually really, it's so nice to like disconnect in that way. And it's not like we're just like sitting around all day. The whole day we're kind of doing stuff. We're listening to music. Like, everyone has a role. This part I like, that everyone has a role. Like, you come in doing something for the camp.
Yes, I told myself I wasn't going to talk about it, but here I go. It's got the same mantra as Burning Man, which everyone hates me when I talk about Burning Man. I hate myself when I talk about Burning Man. But it's we're just trying to create a community. It's pro bono. We don't make any money off of it, right? Like, I think the gift that you get from it is like, all of my jobs ever since I've done Camp Flojo have been from relationships that I've made at Camp Flojo.
Yeah.
Other professional relationships have happened. People have figured out like passions in life, not necessarily like their careers moving ahead, but like Isaac, for example, he knows now that he wants to DJ at least part-time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
John wants to start cooking like in some capacity to make money as well. Right. Or open a restaurant. Right. And he started cooking at Flojo, like for a lot of people basically. Right. So it's like, I think that's the whole point, is like, I just want to provide a place where people can find their muse if it's possible, if not just to have fun. And like you said, I think you're a great host, by the way, Nebs.
Oh, thank you.
Like you said, the whole point, and people are always like, why don't you throw it in the city? And I'm like, we could, but there's like something missing when we do that. Cause like, we go for 3 days, you're forced to be intimate with 100 human beings, which doesn't happen at this age anymore, right?
Facts, yeah.
So like, new friendships are made just from like that sheer, like, getting over that awkwardness with people. Which day one's always awkward.
Not really.
I always feel it.
Really?
I'm walking around like, oh.
Wait, I don't. I mean, maybe because like me and the girls are so like, you know.
You guys also came on Saturday last year, so it's
They call us the fairies,
the
but
weekend
like
warriors.
I think people don't realize though how like big of a production kind of flojo is. Like it really does take a lot to be able to do something like that, and it's always for me very impressive. Like the second year or third year with the rocks and like the projection and everything like that, I was like, I can't believe like this group of people did this. You know what I mean? Like it's really insane, but it is so beautiful and it's so much fun, and it really like pulls me out from like reality for a few days, which I think everybody needs. Like I love being able to disconnect, no service, you're in the middle of fucking nowhere and then you just like build this little family.
There's something so beautiful and like necessary about disconnecting, especially when you live in the city. I forget what percent of the world, like 90% of the world lives in metropolitan areas. We're all doing this and we're all in the rat race, which is fine, but it's like it's primitive. It's like there's something like primal and ancestral about just looking up at the stars and breathing fresh air, and it like clears your head, and it sounds so woo woo, but it's like it's so necessary.
No, it is.
Become grounded again.
Yeah.
People always ask me what, like, when I can, I walk around barefoot. Dude, I'm telling you, like, there's something like, you know those paths in Korea where the old people walk on
yeah.
It's because you need to like connect to the ground.
There's, I mean, grounding,
and it like does stuff for your soul.
Literally
like
touching grass.
What is that called? Reflexology?
Oh yeah.
It's like every part of you is connected to your foot, right?
Yeah.
So it's like there's something very necessary about that. That was so woo woo.
Don't get no fucking infections.
That was crazy talk, but like,
okay, but
it's beautiful. Thank you for saying that.
Okay, so with Flojo now, you're kind of doing these new things where you're filming.
Yes.
So you did a session with Isaac at this past one, the mini one, and then you did like a little living room session a couple weeks ago. Yeah. So like where are you going with that? Is it just to kind of show more like awareness around it, or it's like you just wanted to like kind of build content?
I think there's two prongs to like the vision, which is the first is at the simplest, and why we're doing it is like, I always told the guys that I would, like, especially Isaac, I always told him like I would find a way to get him DJ gigs, because Isaac doesn't exactly live in the world that I live in, like going to Burning Man and doing these like crazy things. He's a married man, right? Very different lives. And so like I always felt like I had this avenue for him that I needed to provide. But then, and this could go for my career and everything, but with the writer strikes, with the Will Smith slap, with like a lot of things that happened in my life, I stopped having the means to go do these things.
Yeah.
And so I felt like, oh man, like I'm not doing what I told my guys that I would do, like, and essentially like be a promoter for them, right? In some sort of capacity. It sounds terrible, but like, so for a while it was just stagnant. We didn't do Flojo for the last 2 years. And I called Isaac when I had this idea one day when I was driving. I was just like, look, like I can't believe I've never thought about this. I always wanted to keep video out of Flojo because like I didn't want people to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I also failed to lose sight of like, this is what I do for work, and I have all these connections. And I was just kind of pushing it away, where I was like, I should be using what I have to help promote you guys in some way. And so the idea is just basically, at the very least, we get a bunch of videos out there on the web that, especially our DJs for now, can send to clubs. They can send to different people. I've already showed it to some promoters, and they want to talk about hiring some of our guys. So just trying to use the video to promote people. in a way.
Okay, so then we have that leg, obviously, and then you started Caravan, which is also like video content of artists. But like so where do you want to go with that? Because the videos that have come out, it's like beautifully done, like so well produced.
Thank you.
So what's happening with that side?
Sorry, can I say one more thing about Flojo though?
Yeah.
Is like ultimately we want to showcase everything, and I would love for the food to also be showcased more because those guys work very hard. John, Andy, John, Che, who was your last guest,
Yes,
and Adam, last but not least.
Yeah.
They all work really hard, and I hope that we can do something similar for them. So that's a wrap on Flojo.
Yeah,
but
I love that. It's really kind also for you to have that kind of desire and vision for people that you love and the people around you, and to like get their craft out, because a lot of times people are very narrow-minded. They only see their tunnel, what they're doing, how they can progress. And I think it's really beautiful to create an environment where you're like, I want them to be showcased. I want to do whatever I can with what I have to help others around me grow. And I think that's very wonderful, Ben.
It's also selfish though. I want
Just take the compliment.
I can't. I'm the worst at taking compliments. But I also want to DJ on it, and I want to.
Yeah.
So I guess this leads us to Caravan now.
Yeah.
So Caravan was started by Paulo Torres, who I met at Westbrook. But he works for his own. He has his own company called 5 Towers, and him and his brother run it. And they do all of like Jaden and Willow's stuff.
Yeah.
And so I met them doing Jaden and Willow stuff through when I was working at Westbrook. And then when Westbrook kind of started falling apart a little bit because of the Chris Rock slap,
Yeah.
I needed work. And so I called Paulo and I was like, hey, I feel like me and you bonded. If you ever need a hand on anything, like I feel like you might need like an associate producer or like, you know, a helping hand on something, let me know. He was like, great. And then he hit me up for like a Willow music video. So I produced a Willow music video. I did like a Jaden music video, Jaden Levi shoot, and then slowly built his trust a little bit. Apparently, what I didn't know is he gave me the opportunity because of a mutual friend that we had, who was someone I met at Westbrook. He was actually Jaden's assistant.
Oh, okay.
But like, not like, you know, like you're thinking assistant, like a young person. He's like almost like a manager in a way, an older assistant, right? His name's Christopher. And so I was working on a Jaden documentary with Westbrook. And Christopher told me that he saw me pick up trash that another group had left, which I remember that moment. And I was
you
like,
and picking up trash.
Because I saw this family at this beach. We were shooting at a beach, and we're making a climate change documentary, and they left a bunch of trash. And I'm like standing there looking at it, and I'm like, okay, like, is no one going to do anything? I guess I have to, since I'm the producer. So I like walked down and I picked it all up and I threw it away. And the only person who saw was this guy named Christopher. Christopher told Paulo, and he was like, I saw Ben doing this thing, and he's like, I have a feeling about this guy. And he was like, I know you're working on this idea of yours, Caravan. He's like, you should tap in with Ben. So Paulo said that he actually reached out to me because of the work that we did together, but also because Christopher said that he saw something in my heart, which is like kind of cool because it's like,
that's awesome.
A little moment in your life that you thought no one would notice. And I was pissed off when I was doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was annoyed.
Yeah.
I'm like a 30-year-old man, like picking up someone else's trash, you know? But that was like a life lesson for sure. And so Paulo hits me up, meet at his place one day, and he's like, I've got this idea. I want to do like cool sessions and film them, like music sessions. And then so together, me and Paulo developed this idea over time, where it was like for 2 years, just us like waxing poetic on like what it is and like what it could be, coming up with the name, coming up with like the tone, everything, just like what this tiny simple idea started from became this like huge thing. And so now what it is elevator pitch. It's NPR Tiny Desk meets Circle. So like NPR Tiny Desk out in nature, but with an environmental nonprofit tie-in. So the idea is that we travel the world. We showcase artists from the world, from the biggest, most iconic acts like Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico to like much smaller punk rock bands and old flamenco bands and like mariachi and salsa, whatever you can think of, like the whole spectrum. We want to show it. But as we're showing this spectrum of music in a locale, we want to simultaneously funnel awareness and money back into the place. So, for example, the next ones we're doing that we already filmed, we did Kia Victoria, who's like a R&B pop kind of singer. We just did a session with her out in Idlewild, like out in the mountains over there.
Yeah.
But our partner is Watch Duty, the fire app.
Oh, okay.
So you know the app that everyone was downloading for the fires?
Yeah.
So they're our first partner.
Oh.
It's exciting that like every time we do one, it feels like we make like another step and another leap. And then this nonprofit thing, which shout out to Linji, who helped me realize that I was like focusing on the wrong things. I actually had a meeting with him when the idea was at its genesis, and like he does this thing with me where he's like, I don't see it. And then I would get like frustrated, right? I was like, what do you not see? It's
and
cool,
Linji's
man.
Literally the nicest, sweetest person.
No, but like he's like an older brother to me.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? And he knows I'm like way too like head in the clouds at times, and he's able to like talk me through my ideas and like whittle them down to like what they need to be. And so he was just like, I don't see it, like blah, blah, blah. Like he was being kind of harsh, and I got frustrated. But roundabout, like we come around that day and we keep talking, and he made me realize that like I had put the leave no trace and like the environmental thing at the back of like the pitch, right? Like it's artists, it's music, and then leave no trace, right?
Yeah.
And he made me realize that needed to be at the front.
That makes sense. I mean, because like I feel like a lot of people do these projects where it's like music related or like these like video content things, but like what makes you different, or like what makes this important, or what brings this, like what value does this bring, I think is something to not overlook.
I mean, especially in a time like this, right?
Yeah.
Like our national parks are under fire. Education is under fire. Like PBS and NPR, we literally talked about PBS today, NPR Tiny Desk, right? Like they're under fire. Just like these institutions that seem so vital and like you would never think any sane human being would attack are compromised right now. It's terrible, no? But yeah, I think it's driving me more than just like I have this cool idea that like I might be able to like live the life I always dreamed of living through. It's like now I'm like, oh, like the reason why I got into media in the first place is like shining through in this project, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I feel like all the like, I feel like you've lived a very, so far, like very full, and like you've done a lot of different things kind of life. And I feel like because you have done that, you're able to pull from all those experiences, and you have a better idea and picture of like what would bring you fulfillment in your life and value in your life. And I feel like you're kind of, everything is kind of merging together with this. Cause like even with Leave No Trace, I'll tell this is funny because because Ben is so stickler about trash when we go camping and stuff. And like even when we do Flojo, like we bring like, little, okay, I won't talk about the star stickers. I know that's PTSD,
No,
but like,
tell them
okay,
about
so
the
we,
stickers.
we brought like these glow in the dark star stickers to like stick on our face and like all of this. And we like brought glitter and stuff. And it was just like the stickers would fall off and they'd be like everywhere. And then at the end of the trip, Ben is like doing his like megaphone chat and being like, everybody, we got to go pick up trash. And we had to pick up every fucking star on the ground. And we were like so annoyed. Like, why the fuck is Ben making us do this? But that is who you are. And like when we do these things, like as fun as it is and as much as like we're gaining from it, we don't ever want to take away from like the environment or the beauty of like what we're doing. So that is literally you to be like, leave no trace behind.
The stickers, yeah, that was hilarious. I was like yelling at everyone, find all the stickers. No, that means a lot. I think you meant that as a compliment, and it was a
no,
beautiful one.
I did. It's like you really stand by that purpose, and even in this caravan thing, like to know that that is in your marketing deck, or it's part of the brand, or it's part of your vision for where this is headed. It's not just let's make cool content with these cool musicians. It's truly like, okay, what can we do to create an impact in the world, and like making sure you're staying true to that value.
Well, and I think there's a reason for both, right? It's like when you see an environmental post now, it's like not in vogue. You remember like 10 years ago, it was in vogue, right? Like Dior was doing environmental stuff,
Yeah.
and like everybody had their own thing going on with the environment. And like now when you see some preachy environmental post, I don't look at them. I don't want to look, because you know all of this now, right? You know that the cow farts are creating way too much methane, and you know like everything that's going on with the glaciers and like the water crisis. Like everyone knows this. But it's like, how do you get people to care again? And like, how can you actually make an impact? Because nobody's going to like actually like, or not nobody, but normal people don't have the means, especially with what's going on, to donate. Right. So me, Paulo, Alan, Sophia, now who's our impact lead, and Zach, those are my partners on Caravan. We created this plan where it's like, okay, music is cool. Everyone thinks musicians are cool, right? For the most part. Using that platform, we get people to watch. And through that, if we get some sort of brand partner, right, we're inherently making money off the video.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But if we somehow get that brand partner to match some of that money to go to the nonprofit, then inherently just you watching the video is putting money back into the place, right? And then if we start doing merch and like all this stuff and like upcycled clothing, it's a whole nother thing. But like hopefully we can create some sort of like a process of like
a cycle, like a thing that like,
that
circle of life type of thing.
positive loop.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like inherently whatever you do, you're gonna have a footprint, right? But like, how do you reverse that footprint, or like how do you just offset it? Reverse is the wrong word.
Offset.
And Flojo comes back into this now because something that I learned from it was I would hear people would be like, okay, like you're having people come to this thing and you don't have bathrooms. It's really hard for us to get porta potties out there because of how bad the roads are. So like at first I was really concerned about this because the footprint we were leaving was a bunch of poop in holes, right? Even though we have like biodegradable toilet paper, we're in the desert, right? But there's still like a footprint because we're leaving like people's there's like Skittles in their shit, you know what I mean? Like we're leaving this there, right? So at first I was really distraught about it. We get there for the first scout and there is a layer of bullets this thick, just
everywhere.
Like it was seriously like at least an inch thick of bullets. So shout out to Charles. Me and Charles raked that.
Yeah.
And he came up with like a really good plan, which I almost botched. I like lost the first rake and stuff like that. But like we cleaned the place, and and then you forget about it. You're like, okay, it's cool. Like we did that. The event was great. At the end of the event, the second time, this old white lady, I fell asleep in my car because I never sleep at Flojo.
Right,
so
yeah.
I fell asleep in my car for 2 hours. And I wake up to knocking on the window, and it's this old white lady, and she's like, "Hun, did you throw the party here last night?" I was like, "Oh shit, it's Karen." And I was like, "Yeah, that was us." She was like, "Wow, I've never seen this place so clean in my life." And she was like, "No one's cleaned this place for like 4 decades, 3 decades."
Gosh.
And so we like cleansed the place at least, and I found that to be beautiful.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Damn, shout outs Flojo.
Shout out to Charles.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, that was crazy. What you got? He looked like he went through some shit when we got there.
He was mad. He was mad at me too.
We love Charles.
Because then I was just like going around like a crazy person, like yelling at people and shit. So, but yeah, it feels good knowing that like my life is moving towards something like that with everything, right? It's just now a matter of like, how do I sustain myself? Because the writer strikes and all that.
It's been rough. I feel like it's been
rough for the industry.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I feel like regardless of that, obviously that's a stress in its own, right? But like, I just feel like you're fulfilled in what you're doing, and like you're doing a lot of cool things that are impactful.
Yeah, I guess it'll feel good, honestly, when like we get these, because the reality of it is, as much as I want to be like some homeless vagrant, like just wandering the earth, I want to sustain myself from it.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
I think it'll feel really good once we get that brand deal. And
yeah.
then, like,
and you will
manifest.
No, I'm a big manifester.
Which you manifested something recently.
Yeah.
Segue.
And it actually.
Segue. Wait, tell the class what happened.
So 4 years ago, I was in PR. I did PR for 7 years. And then 4 years ago, I was watching Jared. You know Jared?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jared
Very
was
talented.
working on an open for a team, an NBA team. And I was watching that. And then I was like, dude, I kind of like what you do. Like, I kind of want to do that. But I didn't have any background in design or anything like that. So then, but I taught myself. And honestly, for a lot of people, COVID was shit. But for me, it was actually very fruitful, because in that time that we were home and I had gotten laid off right before. So I wasn't working. I was getting the stipends. So I was making a good amount of money, And so then I just took that time to teach myself, and Jared obviously helped me. And then I started working for the company that Jared was working at that time. And that was like my pipe dream. So I was like, I don't even know how to use Photoshop at all, but like, I want to be there. And that was like my vision. And so then now I've been there for 2.5 years. So like 2 years ago, basically, I started working there. And
wait, at Jared's old company?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's where
God.
I am right now. Yeah.
That is incredible.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So then, I've been working there for 2.5 years, and like, I'm starting from the bottom. Right. But like, I talked about this in my first episode, where I felt like I was just like getting in my own way. Like, I have really bad imposter syndrome. I get really like shy, and like, I'm not shy, I'm not shy, but like in corporate settings, I get very small. And I realized, I was like, you're not getting anywhere by doing that. Like, just have courage, like be confident, whatever. So then I kind of started speaking up more, and my boss is amazing, and he's so like good at what he does, and he's like constantly pushing me to like kind of do more, And then recently I started like collaborating and pitching. So basically I started pitching my own concepts for like different teams, and I never thought I would like it, because I thought I didn't have good ideas. But then once I started doing it, I started feeling like so much fulfillment from it. And so then I was like, oh, like, what if we did it this way? And sometimes it doesn't land. Sometimes it's like fucking stupid. And they're like, what are you talking about? But in 2 cases, like recently, like my ideas was able to make it into like client pitch. Right. And then this week I found out that the one that Jared was working for, that time that I was watching him, that team like picked my concept. So
wow.
So
for NFL?
Was for it NBA,
NFL? NBA. Well, and you love the NBA now.
Yeah. And so then I was like, my boss told me, and so it's going into production in a couple weeks. And so I was just like, holy fucking shit. Like, this is insane. And I like got chills, and I like seriously started crying like as soon as I got off with my boss, because I was just like, that's like full circle moment. And it's like one of those moments that tells you like, okay, like you did the right thing. You saw this from way back, and you like basically created it to happen. Like I really manifested it. And so I don't know, it was weird. I fully believe in it now. Like I'm like
Manifestation.
I always have, but I think lately I keep seeing situations like that happen. And I also believe in like signs from like the universe, and I've been getting a lot of signs too. So I don't know.
Tell us about these signs. What signs?
Okay, so weirdly, like I like recently went through like a pretty hard time, like getting out of a relationship, and it was very, very challenging for me for a couple months. It still is. It's still very like hard, but I think in that I put a lot of attention on myself and like what I needed and how to focus on me, and I kept getting signs in different ways of like to like go on a long journey basically, and go explore and like be like basically that I'm gonna go on a journey. And weirdly, this was all these signs have happened like after I already knew I was going to Europe, and it makes me feel like it might be a trip that like really opens me up in a way. And when I was in New York recently, I also had this feeling like in my soul, like I'm kind of like called somewhere. I just don't know what.
How long are you going for?
I'm going for 2 weeks.
Just go longer.
I mean,
2 weeks is never enough.
it's not, and we're going to 4 countries. I'm going with one of my best friends from kindergarten, but like, I don't know. Like, obviously, I have to come back to work, you know.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
I do think that this might open up because I have not traveled very much, and that was another thing I manifested like a year ago, where I was like, I need to get out of the country and see more of the world. But I also think right now I'm in this season where like I grew up thinking like, oh my God, I want to be married and have kids, and like I was that girl, you know, like since 12 years old, like, oh my God, that life. I think coming out of my like last relationship, like I think the one thing that I learned was like, I don't really want that right now. And I think what I want right now is like whatever is meant to happen for me, which could be like, I don't know, maybe not being in LA, or like, I don't know what it is, you know? And I think I'm trying to discover that right now.
I think I think the Asian in us, what I've learned from my business partner recently, actually, Paulo, and my friend, Paulo, he's Mexican. He always tells me, we're like yin and yang, because I'm like, we need to get this done. We need to send that in right now. And like, he's always like, let's take a step back.
Yeah.
And just like, let it be. And I feel like I've learned to just like have that North Star, but like you're saying, just to like,
let life happen.
Let life happen.
I think that's like a big thing I learned in my last relationship, because he wasn't Asian, you know?
Yeah.
And I think I obviously love our friends and our group of friends, but we've all grown up kind of with similar thoughts and values and like what life should kind of look like. And I think right now in my life, I'm like, oh my God, like I've literally lived my whole life thinking that way. I've been Christian majority of my life. So I'm like thinking like in that lens. And for the first time in my life, I wish I wasn't 33. Honestly, I wish I was younger, but it doesn't matter. Like,
you're still young.
Yeah, at least I figured this out now, that like, I just kind of want to like go. I don't know what go is. I don't know where that is or what it is, but like, yeah, for the first time, I feel so at peace with the fact that I'm not living a life that is what I'm seeing everywhere around me, kind of thing.
I would say this: if once you feel like you've achieved what you've wanted from this job, I think you should go for longer. Because like, it's one thing to know like this is clearly your path now, career wise.
Yeah.
But like also to like tie in then your passion and like your purpose into your career, right? Like your career could be anything, finance, plumbing, whatever, right? But like the facilities that you work on, like what you're working on could always tie into what your purpose is and your North Star is, right?
Yeah, I think
and travel, I feel like
travel, I think is huge for me. I think my purpose really isn't tied to like a career, to be honest. Like I think for me, like I really value human connection and like talking to people about their stories and stuff. And I feel like even when I was in New York, like I went to talk to strangers and just like ask them questions, you know? And it's like you can only do that so much of that when you're in one city, and like there's so many other people around the world kind of thing. And so I'm just like, I would love to make this podcast like be like wider, obviously, and like
You're killing it.
no, thank you. And like talk to more people, see the world, and just like see where it could take me. I think that is my like North Star kind of thing at this point. And how I get there, I don't know, but I feel like I'm pretty good at manifesting.
You wanna go Sonder.
I want to go
in
Sonder
other
literally
cities.
in different countries.
Have you gone over what Sonder is with in your episodes? And
Oh
stuff?
yeah,
Probably all the time.
All the time.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that is. I think that would give me fulfillment in my life, and I think
Yeah, it's beautiful.
that's what I'm trying to. Yeah, how I get there, who knows? But I'm also. I just think I'm at more ease. Like I always was a control freak and stuff, but I think
Same.
I feel more just like life's gonna happen the way it's gonna happen anyway.
I keep telling myself, like, as long as every day I work towards that North Star, and like, I used to be so like bent out of shape if I didn't like get what I needed that day and someone wasn't responding to me. It was like the Korean like anxiety in me that was instilled in me from my parents. You know, like dad would be like, you need to go to the airport 4 hours before your flight. Like always be prepared.
Yeah.
And then like I'm like working with like non-Koreans now and everyone's like, yo, chill, bro.
Dude, Asians are just like intense, but that's just like in our DNA because of like what, you know, our
upbringing.
yeah.
No, I literally planning flojo right now. I'm back to planning with Koreans and Asians.
And you're
and everyone's like, when are you announcing it? What date is it going to be? What times? And I'm like, yo, like, can everyone relax? I think I'm Mexican now. I was like, yo, everybody chill, man.
No, I think that's true. And like, I didn't realize it to the extent until I'm traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I have literally not made any plans. Like I didn't make an itinerary. I didn't look
That's
up
good.
anything. Like I just kind of, and everyone's like, so what are you going to do? Like what do you want to see? Like, blah. And I was like, I've done none of that, you know? And I'm kind of just like, I don't really care. Like I think, and maybe if I was in a better emotional, mental headspace, it could be different. Maybe I would research, but I really am treating this as like an eat, pray, love trip for me. So I'm just like, whatever happens is going to happen. Like, I'm like,
That's cute.
go with no plans, no like anything.
No, I think there's something beautiful about like Europe when I haven't been, which is crazy, but my friends all talk about it, and it's like you just like go sit down at a cafe, you know, like at a like little outdoor area outside the cafe, and you just sip on your espresso, and then like things will just happen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
You start having conversations with people, and they're like, you know, it's there's a word sprezzatura. It's like effortless. You know what I mean? In Europe, people are
Effortless.
just like,
I love that word.
it just
Effortless.
happens,
Yeah.
and it flows. Shout out to Paulo for that word.
I just realized this is going to come out when I'm back. Like
Nice.
it's going to come out later. So
We'll see what happens.
we'll see what happens.
I like traveling without plans. I like usually the way if I could have my way every group trip, what I would do is have two big moments. Like, let's say we're gone for a week, two big moments that we plan.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, we're going to go see this concert, right? That's one plan. The other one's like, we're going to go to the pyramids. That's the other one, right? Everything around that, just let it be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you have if you have tickets every day, what if you meet
That's exhausting.
and like what if you meet some like cool people from Sweden and they're like, yeah, do you want to come to like like, and then you're like, yeah, or like you meet some like Mexicans who like are having a house party and they're like, hey, do you guys want to come? But you already have tickets for some show. Then it's like, okay, like we can't go, you know?
No, yeah.
And it's like, there's something really cool about the spontaneity.
Yeah. And my friend that I'm going with, because I originally, if she wasn't going to go, I was going to go alone. And but she was like, let's go. Like, you need this. Like, I want to make, and she's traveled in Europe a lot. And she was like, I want to make this the most, like, whatever you need. So she was like, even if you like need to be alone and you're like, hey, I'm having like a moment, like I just need to go be. She's like, do it. I'm not offended. And like, it's just nice to have
That's
a friend
beautiful.
like that to be like, I'm not going to be offended. This is for you. This is for you to heal. This is for you to grow. And like, whatever you need. That was nice because I don't feel like the pressure. Yeah.
That does sound nice.
Yeah. So
I'm excited for you.
thank you. So coming towards the end, what are you kind of excited for in this like next season of life?
I'm excited to see this idea blossom, hopefully.
Not hopefully, it will.
Yes, manifesting.
You have to speak in as if you already have it.
Caravan will blossom.
Yeah.
And with that, the idea that me and Paulo have for Flojo is that Flojo's kind of like the after party, like the degenerate little brother of Caravan. So like on these trips, like we'll have like little Flojos at the end. So I mean that just sounds like the life I want to live.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just looking forward to hustling. Honestly, I feel like I let things slip away after, you know, everything happening in the industry and Will Smith slapping Chris Rock in the face. Third time I've said it. It's crazy. A lot happened after that, or a lot didn't happen, I guess, where it got me down.
Yeah.
And I was in a bad place. And I feel like now it just feels like I have purpose again, you know? And
I love that, Ben.
I'm just glad I have purpose. I'm looking
Good.
forward to that. Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Thank
Can I one day come to a filming?
Yeah, of course.
I'm like so interested in this. Like
Next one is in New Mexico. I don't know if I can get anyone out there. But we should have more in California soon.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to go. I want to kind of see how it all unfolds. I'm like very interested in the BTS.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so happy for you, and I'm
Thank
excited.
you.
This is gonna be great. I've been tuned in.
Thank you.
And I love it.
I feel like we're simultaneously growing together. You know what I mean? Like your channel
Yeah, beautiful.
and my stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so I always ask rapid fire questions at the end. So that is how we'll end.
Okay.
Are you actually? I don't know this
And
question.
do I have to answer rapid fire? Is that the
No, not really.
okay?
Are you a morning person or a night owl? I should know this question.
I, for the most of my life, night owl, but recently morning person.
You're out like until like 5 a.m.
I know, but
Is that what you mean by morning person?
that was good. No, I stopped going out as much.
You can't. You have
But
to stay
I-
alive.
I know. Recently I've been like waking up at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. to work.
To work.
Yeah. Not because I was up till 6 a.m.
Dude, I can't. The past 2 months, I have not slept more than 4 or 5 hours. I cannot sleep. Like I will
Wake
literally.
up in anxiety.
Kind of. It got better. Before it was like I would wake up at 3, 4, 5, but like now I just like consistently wake up at 5 and I'm like waiting for my alarm. It's like
Do you take ashwagandha?
I have the one that you gave me. I haven't taken it yet because I was kind of scared, but I will. Maybe I'll
It's
take
not like it's literally an herb.
it. So take it at night before I
No,
go to bed.
or it's a root. So what I'm saying is like it's not. I'm not giving you drugs.
I'm not gonna like
It's
trip
not
or
like
something.
Xanax,
Okay.
or it's not like mushrooms. It's like an herb you can buy at like GNC.
Okay, I'll take it.
It's really good.
What's a book, movie, or show that changed how you see the world?
Breaking Bad. Just the way you perceive people in the beginning is not always the truth, and that show builds characters, and everything you think about the characters in the beginning is actually the opposite of who they are. Kind of, you know what I mean? For the most part, except for
Okay.
Flynn. Shout out to Flynn.
Shout outs, Flynn. Okay, that's good. Go to comfort food.
I mean, Spam.
The fuck?
Korean food. Korean food with Spam. That's my comfort food. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. If you could wake up anywhere in the world tomorrow, where would it be?
Wow, that's a great question. Like just for vacation or to live there?
No, I don't know. Like you just wake up tomorrow. You could be anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world. my God. Like Prague, Romania. I really want to go to Eastern Europe. Mongolia.
I said one.
I know, it's just too hard. I was
Let's
also
say
thinking,
Prague.
like, Morocco, Raja
Ooh,
Ampat.
Morocco
in
would be very
Indonesia.
interesting.
But I heard Morocco is like, the only thing that stopped me from saying Morocco is I heard it's like a little, like it's a little too touristy, you know, like Thailand.
Oh, okay. So you want to go where there's no tourists?
Yeah, not no tourists, but you know,
Just
balance.
less.
Balance is good.
Okay. What's one habit or ritual that keeps you grounded? Being barefoot.
I mean, obviously exercise.
Yeah.
I've been listening to 852 hertz.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
Okay,
I get
some of
stressed
them though, like there's different frequencies, you know, and I use that too to like calm me down.
Yeah.
But like some of them, they're like, this will open up your mind. I was like, no, this actually like fucking is like making me tweak.
No, I like the one that's like really annoying. Kind of, it's 852. It's like, "Eep," but it like actually clears my head completely.
Yeah, it's weird how that works.
It is weird.
Okay. A song that instantly puts you in a good mood.
I'm trying not to pick something like stupid, obscure that everyone's gonna flame me for being a snob.
It's okay. That's your brand.
Oye como va, which is like a salsa song.
Uh-huh.
It's not. It, like if you heard it, you'd know it. Like Oye como va, que rico. play it, producer, on the not right now, but like.
But later,
in the
okay,
edit.
we'll play
in
it.
the edit.
Okay. Okay, last one.
That's the outro to this podcast.
Okay. I'll
Oye como va.
wait, what if I get copyright infringement?
Then you take it off.
Okay. What's the best piece of advice you've ever gotten?
I mean, it's so cliche, but I feel like, I mean, it is the best. My aunt told me the only thing that you can buy that will make you richer is travel. And I feel like that really,
I kind of believe that too. Yeah.
yeah. And I saw this other girl get asked the same question on a podcast. I really like what she said. She's like, anything you're not changing, you're choosing.
I love that.
Clip farming right there.
That's deep.
But she went viral with that. So
So that's also
we're not going viral.
So that's also one of the best pieces of advice you've heard. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in my journal.
Yeah.
Flynn's just like,
He's ready to go out.
okay. Wow, Ben, this honestly was very fascinating for me. And I feel like listeners are gonna love hearing just like all that was your journey, because your life has been pretty insane, I must say. And I just
appreciate
feel
that.
like I feel very good. Like there's good things coming, and I think all your projects are going to take off, and I already see it. Again, manifesting power. But
Thank you.
I'm very excited to see what happens. Everyone tune in to Caravan, to Flojo, and all that Ben has coming up. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you for
Will you
having
come
me,
on
Debs.
again?
Yeah, well, I have plenty more stories.
Okay. No, I
they're a
honestly,
lot
I
darker.
wish you could have told more, but I was like, we're running out of time.
we didn't go over the tea, so yeah.
That's for next time. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. See
Thank
you
you.
next time.